all doing? Welcome along. I am really, truly, honestly hoping that you can hear me this week. It looks like you can on here. The chat tends to go absolutely insane if you can't hear me, which is very helpful, but also devastating. Welcome to Cubecast, everyone. Episode 9, huh? Episode 9, the season finale. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Ethereal Project 3D. Good morning, Sawyer. Good morning, Dino Cuber. Good morning, Coffee. Good morning, Jesus. Thanks for dying for our sins. You know, all that stuff. Who else is around? Daily Cubing, first to like. Well done. Will Cuber, second to like. Well done. Very impressed, everyone. Very, very impressive. Welcome along to Cubecast, brought to you by speedcubing.co.nz. Gosh, we've got some things to look at today, everyone. Okay, here's what's gonna happen. Okay, we're going to look at, well, first of all, we do have some rather silly Kalindu news to look at. Although, unfortunately, it's not as good, as interesting news as it was yesterday, if that makes sense. One second. I forgot to turn a light on. I hope you're all good, eh? Let me know in the chat where you're watching from. I always want to hear where people are in the world, because that's always exciting. So yes, Kalindu, surprise Kalindu news that I don't think anyone saw coming, which isn't as relevant as it was 12 hours ago. We'll also be looking at, I need a big siren button. I need a new Gan Skewb alert. Gan 15, everyone. Gan 15. We're going to be looking at the Gan 15. Thank you so much to Matty Harito Inaba, who's given me permission to look at his video via Chris Mills. Thank you so much, Chris, for facilitating that. What else? I think there might be new Gan Square sort of breaking news. And I was gonna look at, I don't think I'm gonna have time. I might have to biff this one. I was gonna look at the state of cubing, like where is cubing in terms of, is it on a peak? Is it on a dip? Just because someone mentioned something interesting to me the other day. Australia Nationals has 300 competitors, which apparently is not very much. And it's not very far away from like the main centres on the north, south, east coast of Australia. So that's kind of weird. So I was like, I wonder what the deal is there. But I don't think we're going to have time for that. We might leave that for another day, or maybe I'll make that an actual video potentially. And then I want to talk about, so this is, I put Gan 15 as the headliner, and we're going to talk about Gan 15, but then I also wanted to talk about, this is a bit of a jump scare, no one sees this one coming, but I wanted to talk about the idea of bringing back something that has happened before in speedcubing, which is called like fantasy football, but for cubing. So fantasy speedcubing, like you draft a team of cubers and then you get points for how well they do. I am so mad keen to do something like this, but I wanted to have a little look at where it's been tried before, how it's been tried before, where it's gone, what it's done, all that kind of stuff, and see if it's viable, see if people actually care, you know? And I think maybe I just need to put together, because I really want to do it, but I don't want to do anything huge. I don't want to build websites and all that kind of noise. Maybe I just need to build a bunch of people in a Discord who want to play it, and we decide what the rules are, and we just play it. We don't just like get bogged down in the rules, which tends to happen all the time. Not Me Cubes, Ethereal Project 3D are in already. Sorry, I've signed you guys up. It's happening. Caden Lee is in the chat as well. What's up, Caden Lee? Beyblade Brothers as well. Can you see the little bar above my head, everyone? That's my little subscriber goal for today. We're going to try and get 3 subscribers during today's episode. And yeah, we'll see how we can go. Caden was cubing the other day, and I was chatting to him in his live chat. Now, I'm having an issue, everyone. I'm having a YouTube issue. I am not able to post in so many people's live chats, which is kind of annoying. I'm not sure if I've been like banned from people's chats or not, but I was in, thank you so much, Not Me Cubes, because when his premiere came up, I pinged him a message. I was just like, hey mate, can you just let me know if you can see me in your live chat? Because I think I might be banned from a bunch of people's live chats. I don't know what I've done. Or who I've offended. But yeah, I can't chat in a ton of people's live chats. I noticed it in one of the guys I make thumbnails for. I was in his live stream chat and he couldn't see me. And I was like, oh, weird. Then the Australian Nationals as well. No, not a Nationals. The Australian comp that was happening where Jasper was killing it. I couldn't be seen in there either because I got someone to check for me. So I'm like, I don't know. Randomly, I can't chat in some people's channels. So that's happening. But anyway, enough about my problems, everyone. Maybe I need to tell YouTube, but I doubt that they'll care, you know? StewCube in the chat as well. Welcome along, everyone. Where is everyone coming from? Fallon, Nevada. Melbourne. Jesus, you're up early in Melbourne. Seattle, California. Italy. How exotic. Yeah, NYC. Lots of Americans. Lots of Americans around today. Hey, you know what? Actually, there's some Americans in the chat. That might be the perfect segue into this ad, everyone. Cubecast is now officially brought to you by Speedcube Shop. Woo! Don't freak out. Yes, I do have my own cube store, and I'm sponsored by another cube store. It's fine, all right? I made a video on it yesterday. Go and watch that. I can't be bothered going into it. But anyway, that's not important. What is important is use code Cubecast at Speedcube Shop right now for 5% off your order. Go and buy something amazing. What have they got going on today? I noticed they've got... Let's have some more music. This is a long ad. Let's go and have a look, shall we? Let's go and have a look on Speedcube Shop. Look, you can get the... Dang. The Firefly X-Man Tornado, the Gan 14 Pro Aurora. I tell you what, fight in the chat about which one's cooler. Firefly or Aurora. Aurora. Woo! Anyway, use code Cubecast at speedcubeshop.com for 5% off all of the stuff. And yeah, Cameron's pretty chill. He's talking about doing some collaborations with me on a week in cubing, which is very exciting, everyone. Very exciting. I would love to do that. Was that the end of my story? I think it was. Somebody subscribed and I missed it. Thank you to whoever it was that subscribed. Not me cubes. Will cube sauce be available on SCS? I don't know. Like, that would be quite cool. We haven't talked about that. It's quite a pain in the butt to send fluids in the mail from New Zealand. New Zealand has so many shipping problems. It's not easy running a cube store over here. It's a bit of a pain in the butt, honestly. We are going to get to the Gan 15 soon, everyone. All right, chill. Chill, Timmy. And someone else said something. I can't remember. Everything's gone quite fast in the chat. And I've lost my place, but that's all right. So yeah. Ethereal project. Wait till you see the organization tray that they are going to be selling. I did see that. It's like a cube rebuild organization tray. Ethereal project 3D. Did you have something to do with that? You look, given just based on your name alone, are you some kind of 3D printing god? I'm not a god, but I like 3D printing stuff anyway. Right. Is 8ball not working? Sometimes I need to wake it up. Guys, you can chat the command ! 8ball into the chat to ask the 8ball something. I'll ask it a question. Hey, 8ball. Hey, bud, you there? Let's see if 8ball gives me an answer. Yeah. Oh, the 8ball says it doesn't think so, so it's not really there. Right. We're going to go to do our... We've got a little bit of admin before we get to the Gan 15, everyone. We're going to go through some stuff, and we're going to do some solves, like an average of 5, and then we're going to get into the Gan 15, okay? Which, honestly, you could just watch Matty's video. There's not much information available, is what I'm saying. What I want to do right now, though, is we're going to go and do the firsts. Everyone, you've all done very well this week. You've all done very, very well, and I need to go and review the firsts, okay? So here we go. I'm actually going to go... Oh, hold on a second. I need to go to response status. I haven't responded. Apply. Okay, here we go. Now, there are a few kind of, like, unsubstantiated firsts, which I need to address. Kuranir's coming in hot again, everyone. Very hot. No one can beat Kuranir at this game. So, you know what? Proud of you, because you got first on the stream itself. I'm just going to copy that and boop. Joseph, I'm going to come back and DNF you, unfortunately. Kuranir literally went through all the posts looking for first opportunities. Absolutely exemplary. Very well done. And Trish, first on this community post. Well done. Proud of you. Kuranir again on this post about another video. No one can touch Kuranir at this game, all right? Proud of you, buddy. Proud of you. Here we go. You didn't get this one, though. You got sniped by Cublog7Cubing. Proud of you. He also got this one. Look, another community post. Where did that one go? This was 5 days ago. Oh yeah, no, you've really gone back through the posts, haven't you, Kuranir? That's incredible. Nick doing my work for me. Curious Nick here doing my work for me. Well done. Proud of you. Proud of you. I'm not you can't have a proud of you, Nick, for being proud of Kuranir. Just to be clear. Now this is on the FTO video, Mr. JHD. Good on you. Very nice. This one on the YS3M, Mr. JHD coming in for Kuranir's title. My fell off post. I've decided not to talk about my views anymore because it just makes me sad. It just makes me sound really sad and tragic. An animating cuber first on the video about firsts. I love that. That's very meta. On the Gan Square post, Kuranir coming in again. Good grief, everyone. You have actually made this like, I mean, I've done this to myself, and James did say that, and I know it's happened. Like, genuinely, I'm the problem here. First to say first, yeah, okay, cool. Season finale, okay. Clement, no, wait, did Clem get beaten here? I don't know. No, he was the first to say first, and if you're the first to say first, that's how it works. Okay, first to say first. You can't, like, sometimes I'm the first comment with a pinned comment, but if you're the first to say first, then you're in. Trish again, very nice. We got some. So Trish, JHD, and Kuranir coming in hot. Now some clarification from last week. I will be issuing DNFs from now on, okay? But because we don't have to change it to penalty, we don't have to change it to anything else, because a DNF is in this instance it's just did not first. So sorry, no first for you. Let me see. Proud of you. Proud of all these. Proud of you. Oh, that's just a W. I just didn't reply to that. Thanks. Okay, so we got that one. Where have all these gone? DNF. I'm afraid. Cube sausage cubing NZ. What are you doing? Just not even trying to hide the fact that you're cheating. Get out of here. Skewb Jacob, sorry you missed that one because our man animating Cuber had that one. Cuber, I'm first. I swear, don't look into it. I have looked into it, and you get a DNF for that. Total Speedcubing Productions DNF. But I like the fact that you're trying to claim the 10th. Who's calling me? It's a number I don't recognize. Sorry, I'll talk to you later. Do not disturb. 15th. I like that you've literally said what the thumbnail says, so that's good. First to say first. Nah, you're done. You're out of here. You're cooked. Did not first. We're nearly done, everyone. We're nearly done. Yeah, no, you're done. Out of here. Abhinav, sorry, DNF. Trish trying to... Trish, now come on now. Trish, you know how to play this game. I know you do, because you're a high achiever at the first game, and trying to claim an unsubstantiated first on the sponsor announced video. I'm not having it. Did not first. You're done. Get out of here. Okay, we've done it. Did I miss anything in the chat? Probably. Curious Nick has come to terms with the fact that I'll never be proud of them. 17 is just confused, and that's fair. That was confusing. Now, what are we doing next? Oh, we had to look at the polls. We had to look at the polls over here. I don't think I had many this week. I only had one poll, right? I think there was only one poll. We discussed whether... what did we discuss? We asked whether you would choose the YS3 MV2 or 20 nuggies. 74. I'm going to call that an overwhelming bit of support for the YS3 MV2. Exciting to see that cube coming back again, even though I've lost mine and I'm sad about it. So I guess I need to get a V2 now, right? Okay. Is that enough? Is that enough shenanigans? Is it time for solves? I think it is. I've told you what's coming up. We should, though, probably do another ad break for our other sponsor, Cubing Life Academy, cubing.life. Use code Cubecast for 5% off any of their incredible courses. Antoine Canton, Tommy Cherry, Patrick Ponce, and this fella here, Benjamin Kyle. They've got a live stream coming up, which you should check out. Thursday, June the 20th, EST, American time, New York time. So go and check them out and use code Cubecast for 5% off any of their courses. Thank you so much for your support. Okay, everyone, here's the deal. Oops. Wrong screen. We're going to do some solves, hey? Grab a 3x3. We're going to do an average of 5. One of my hands is cold today. So that's interesting, hey? One of my hands is cold. Not sure what that's about. I'm not warmed up. My right hand feels kind of cold and a little bit wacky. It's not a vibe. I'm just going to shuffle the microphone about and make microphone noises. Kuranir, you're fine. Just do two-handed solves today. Okay. Oh, sorry. That was really loud. That was right by the microphone. I'm so sorry. I'm just trying to warm my hands up, you know? Sorry if I just blew your speakers out. Not me cubes. The closest thing I have to me is a square one. Rip. Okay. All right. This is as good as it's going to get, everyone. Okay. Back. Oh, right. Back to D2, U2, L, D2, L2, U2, L. Okay, so we will be looking for R2D2s today, obviously. Always on the lookout for our boy. Ooh, this is kind of rough. Where are you? Whoops, U3. Why not? Love to see it, hey? Not good at cubes. Oh my gosh, my hand's so cold. I don't know what's up with that. I'll take a 20 though. I'll take a 20. Happy with that. Post your times in the chat, everyone. Kuranir with the 10. Whoa. Cookie Cuber will be doing the Gan 15 after the solves, alright? And then my views will just drop off, apparently. You can go and check it out on Cubing Jedi's Instagram and his YouTube channel. Jesus with the sub 20, 19. Dino Cuber with a 14. Peanut with the 13. Very nice. Let's keep moving, everyone. I don't love what I'm seeing here, but actually I can cope with it. Oh, yuck. Big pause for effect. Oof, oof, Michael, this is ugly. Real ugly F2L. That was a struggle. That was a struggle. And then I tried to talk while doing an OLL. Ooh. Don't want to talk about it. StuCube with the 19.67 FMC. Very, very smart. Joseph with a 23. Not me with a 4. Sounds like clickbait. Kuranir with a 10. Dino Cuber DNF. 11 for Peanut. 18 for Cookie Cuber. 12 for TG Cubing. Another sub 20 for Jesus. 10.66 Squan for Not Me Cubes. and 18 Joseph Moss. So in this average of 5, in this 3x3 average of 5, just to be clear, we have one person doing FMC, we have one person doing square one. Usually we have someone doing blind as well, but you know, whatever. This is how we roll. This is how we roll. LCFD. Alrighty. 17 with an 11. That's a confusing sentence, isn't it? There's a piece missing. There it is. Didn't hate that cross. Nearly misinserted. Embarrassing. There you are. What's this trash? Come on, Mike. Ugh. Gross. Genuinely having an issue with my right hand today. Peanut fell off with an 18. Jesus with an 18. TG with a 10. Kuranir with a 9. With the flow with a 25. Dino with a 13. Very nice, everyone. Very nice. Okay, this is pathetic from me today. I'm not super happy. Oof, oof. Should have gone for the AUF, but I went for a huge rotate instead on the T-perm. You know how it is. Okay, that one counts. That's all right. There's a lot of trash counting as well. TG with a 12. Womp womp. Their words, not mine. Not me cubes with a 17. 17 with a 10. Cobra with 11. Joseph with 21. Ethereal Project with a 29. Cookie Rubber with a 17. No, not Cookie Rubber. Cookie Cuber. Kuranir 12. Dynacuber 16. Christian Pankhurst with the early spot on the R2D2. I'll give you it for that. You can have that one for the early spot. Not me with a 10. Ethereal with a 30. Everyone's spotting R2D2 now. Okay, let's see if we can find him. R prime F U2 L2 F R2 B prime R2 back to R2D2. There he is. F U prime B. Christian Pankhurst, I will say, always first on the scene with an R2D2. Oh, come on. Big fumble on a otherwise very nice F2L. Oh, missed the spacebar. That was an 18, dang it. Hey, okay, what's the average of 5? 22.9. Meh. That's okay. That's okay. 17 with a 9. Sawyer with a 12. Jesus with a 14. Jesus, I'm assuming. 17 with a 10. Will Cuber making Tingman happy with an 888. Kuranir with an 8. Dino with a 12. Not me with a 9. TG with 11. Sawyer with 10. Cobra with 11. Peanut sub 10 with a 9.1. Kuranir, I got the same PLL as you. I can't remember what it was now. Oh, it was a U, right? Oh, Ethereal Project. Had a hard time. Peanut, please for you with your sub 10s. Your sub 10s must be like my sub 20s, you know? Rare. But always special. Always worth celebrating. Okay. Listen, there's some thirsty Timmies in the chat, so we're just gonna get straight to the Gan 15 and get this out the way, frankly, so that I can carry on with the rest of my day. Okay, so here's what happened. Gan 15 alert, everyone. Gan 15 alert. The cubing Jedi, Mati, Hiroto, and Naba Just returned from Washington Comp. This is a day ago. And the new Gan 15 prototypes were waiting for me. What? We'll post some solves with them later. Very excited to try them out. That's hype, isn't it? What also happened, I noticed, is that... Sorry, everyone. I made an error. There was also a post from Little Leo. Little Leo, Gan 15 prototype. So good. We'll post videos soon. Now, I don't think we've had a video from young Leo yet, hey? Borromeo. Oh, gosh. Hammered that, didn't I? Have we? Let's just do a quick fact check. No, we haven't had a video from Leo on the Gan 15 yet, but we have had a video from the Cubing Jedi, aka Matty Hiroto Inaba, Gan 15 prototype. He has given me permission to watch this. Chris Mills sent him a message, which was very kind. There's not much going on in Matty's video. I suggest you go and watch it. We'll just watch a couple of solves, then you can go watch the rest of it, right? And give him the likes and the views and the clicks and all that stuff. Sounds dry, hey? There's a few 4s in here, apparently. He's getting it done, isn't he? Good grief. It's not exploding into pieces, I guess. So that's good. But anyway, what's most interesting about this video, I'm not going to sit and watch this whole video because he literally just hammers through solves and doesn't say anything as far as I can tell. I don't think So it's very, very pure, right? It's just him thrashing some solves out. But he's written a little bit in the description, which I am interested in. And it says the following. I sat down for about an hour to try this new Gan 15 prototype. I could not believe it because I had so many 4s. This cube is very promising. The feeling of the turns feels very soft and light. I mean, it's a Gan cube, so yup. The cube is also significantly lighter than the previous Gan releases. I am excited to experiment with it more. So it sounds like he hasn't necessarily gone super deep into the setup yet. Okay, so that's about all we know. Everyone getting in there in the comments. Addy Q feeling it'll be Gan's redemption. There was a no, it's the Gan Skewb are gonna look at Reddit. So let me just jump onto Reddit and see. I'm not sure if we have in new cubes anything about the Gan 15 apart from, I think I posted it. Yeah, I posted the Instagram post in there, and there are some comments. We can take a look. We'll see what, let's just like see what people are saying about it. God, look at all my points. Let's go. People talking about the fact that, well, arguing about the 14 basically. Revea here. The 14 Pro is super nice in terms of how forgiving it is to turn and how hard it is to lock up compared to the 12, but it feels a little too unstable and loose. So yeah, there was a thing, wasn't there? And let's remember, Matty was a bit of a fan of the 14, and that wasn't a popular opinion among the other Gan gurus. They were all rocking the 12. So Matty is a bit of an outlier, you know, from what I've seen, just anecdotally. So we'll take it with a light pinch of salt, potentially, Matty's opinion. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying that his opinion's wrong. That's not what I'm saying, okay? To be clear. Matty knows a lot more what he's talking about than I do. But I think we should keep in mind that he's a 14 fan, whereas a lot of the other gurus are not. They're 12 fans. So this is the first opinion we've seen. It's the only opinion we've got. I hope it comes with a 20 magnet spider core. Sure. I hope they don't beep up the regular version and drop a release pro to make up for it. That is kind of wacky that we've just had the 14 Pro and now we've got the 15 in prototype. So what do I think this means for the Gan 15 release date? I think it means that we're looking at a pre-Christmas release. This will be Gan's Christmas flagship cube, is my best guess. is there anything else to say? We don't know anything else. We don't know anything else. We know that the prototypes are out. We know that Matty and Leo have them so far. If there are other, maybe Chinese first language cubers that have them, then I don't know about it. Maybe I'm not in those circles. I don't know. This guy, imagine if this fails to replace the 12 among their sponsored cubers. Well, that's kind of what we're saying, hey. So Leo also has the prototype, and it seems like the cube still has those goofy, I'm assuming ass here, those goofy ass center caps. Would that be the goofy center caps from the 14 Pro that nobody asked for, but we've got now, I guess? PokeFan, I'm waiting for Timon's opinion. He uses similar settings on the 12 as I do. StuCube saying that the whole video, the whole Matty video is unedited is 4 hours? No way. I wonder if he'll post that. I wonder if anyone would watch that. But anyway, gosh, look at that. 5.2k views already. Everyone likes a Gan Skewb. I'm trying to see if I recognize any other big names in the comments. I saw Cubehead obviously going, just glazing the solves. I don't believe look ahead is a thing looking at your solves. You just know the entire solution. And there's JJ. So yeah, that's what we know so far, everyone. What we know so far is that we don't know very much, but the Gan 15 prototypes are out and in people's hands, and we've seen solves on them. Please do go to Matty's video. Like, if for all the thirsty Timmies in the chat, if you're just here for the Gan 15, just go and watch Matty's video and leave a comment and tell him I sent you. Yeah, we'll carry on with the rest of what we're going to talk about today, hey? What else have I got to say? What else have I got to say? I don't know the price. I don't know the release date. I don't know anything. I haven't seen the internals. I haven't seen the adjustment system. We have seen 2 posts saying people have it, and we have seen 1 video with no commentary, with solves, but with that description. So that is as much as we know about the Gan 15 today on the 4th of July here in New Zealand, the 3rd of July if you're in a lot of other places in the world. Happy Independence Day tomorrow for all you Americans who are watching. And you know what? That's a great segue, because if you are American, you can use code Cubecast at speedcubeshop.com. Use code Cubecast to save 5% on anything. What do you need? What do you want? You want to go buy a Gan 13? Probably not. Hey, you can get a big, I don't know, magnetic 8x8. That's great. They've got the Pro, of course, the 14 Pro. If that's your jam, go and do that. Go and do your thing, everyone, at speedcubeshop.com and use code Cubecast. It helps you out. It helps them out. It helps me out. Everyone's happy. Okay. Right, the Timmy's wrecked my schedule. What do I wanted to look? I wanted to look at this very briefly. Kalindu news. Big Kalindu news, sort of. It was better news yesterday, okay? It was much better news yesterday. I got pinged. Well, I didn't get pinged. I just happened to be looking in the KRCA, one of the New Zealand servers, yesterday about who was it who brought this to my attention. They should probably have it. It was Ashley Foster brought this to my attention. He posted a link in the New Zealand speedcubing server, KRCA, and he said, yo, Kalindu registered, and he sent me a link to this Taiwanese competition, Taiwan Anti N by N by N 2024, and sure enough, Kalindu's name was there. Unfortunately for me and the integrity of the show right now, his name is no longer there. Okay, it was there last night when I looked. Genuinely, if anyone from KRCA is watching this and has screenshots of Kalindu's name in there, I swear, Kalindu's name was on this list of registered competitors yesterday, and now it's not. So that is almost like the entirety of this story. This is a short one. Kalindu registered for a competition. Maybe he was just trolling just to see if the ban had taken effect yet, or whatever. I don't really know. I can't really comment, but that's what we had there. Kalindu had registered for a competition. I don't know if he registered. I don't know if someone registered on his behalf to troll him. I don't know. All right. We don't really know, but all I can tell you is that is a thing that happened yesterday. Kalindu was registered for this Taiwanese competition, which is super wacky. Okay. Moving on. Sawyer claiming cap. I know what that means because I'm cool. I do know what it means, but I'm not. Just to be clear. Just to clarify that. Gan Square. Gan Square news, everyone. Gan Square, Gan Square. Sound the alarm. Gan Square part 3. Who's this? Who is this? Insoming in YouTubes the other day posted a link to a video saying potentially the Gan Square 1. You know that I have made a couple of videos now going, Gan Square? Is that a Gan Square? This is a video from Cubemaster, who is not sponsored by byeeeee, which makes the theory of it being a Pi-modded MGC less likely, according to this guy, Insoming. Wait a minute. I know that PFP. I know that. Whose profile pic? That's someone in the chat. Am I being baited here in Discord? Whose PFP is that? I know that one. I know that one, right? Let's look at the video anyway, okay? So this is Cubemaster doing solves on an unreleased new Square 1. Cubemaster is being such a freaking tease about what this puzzle is. Look at those, you see those sort of natural internals there on the white side? That's kind of cool there. Like, this one doesn't look like, oh, I don't have permission to watch this. What am I doing? Apologies, Cubemaster. No wait, did he? I think he did give me permission last week for a different video. Anyway, regardless, I don't think I have express permission for this one. But anyway, that is a Square 1 that doesn't look like an MGC, as far as I can tell. People saying it sounds like an MGC. I don't know. He hasn't said anything about it. I don't know if there have been any good comments about it. There's a lot of Gan speculation. Someone suggesting Moyu. Someone else saying Gan Square. It doesn't look like a Gan Square 1. What does a Gan Square 1 look like? What a strange thing to say. Someone suggesting plus force. Pokefan making a valid point. Again, anything without the logo seems unlikely, even at prototype stage. Not Me Cube saying MGC V2 is a good guess. MGC are putting out some new stuff at the moment. They are revamping things, like we've seen the 4 and the 5 with the little ball bearing in it. Apart from, as opposed to springs, and for some reason, as opposed to maglev. Just make maglev, you big idiots. Like, what are you doing? Not Me Cube saying because it has the characteristic plus shape holes on the top and bottom. Okay, sure. I am not qualified enough to spot those, but there they are. Now, what did happen as well is Cubemaster did a live stream the other day. I can't remember if I asked it, because obviously I can't chat properly in live chats at the moment. I'm not sure if I asked it and he saw it, or if someone else asked it, but people were asking him what the cube was, and every time somebody asked him, he would just say, nah, I'm not talking about it. So whatever it is under, like, it's a very closely guarded secret. Is it Gan? Is it Moyu? Is it MGCV2? We still don't know, and I'll be honest, it's starting to get on my nerves a little bit. All right, just tell me what the cube is, Cubemaster. Unbelievable. I wonder who, like, is there any precedent? Here's a serious question. Do we have any precedent for a cube company that has kept a cube such a closely guarded secret as this Square 1 seems to be being kept? Does that make grammatical sense? I don't think so. This Square 1 seems to be such a top secret cube. I can't remember ever seeing a cube, and we've been talking about this for weeks now. I can't remember ever seeing a cube that has been kept under such an embargo as this, right? So I don't know what to make of it. Cubicle had something called the Thing. Now, did that not turn out to be... That didn't turn out to be anything. That never came out. I think, because I remember talking to Chris about it. Or was that... Because that was a long time ago, the Thing. That's like 2022. And it was a 3x3. And I thought maybe that was the test, that the prototype of the... It was, I think, prototype of the cube head. Yo Cube, maybe? Or was it the prototype of the Cuber's Home? Was that what it was called? Cuber's Home? You know, their sort of magnet core kit? Maybe it is Gan trying to surprise everyone when they release it. Maybe it's just a new MGC. It wouldn't do MGC any favors to keep it this quiet and make people think it's a Gan, though. Although, I mean, that might be just me. It might be just me that's getting so overexcited about it. JK284 is thirsty for a shout out, so you may have one. There you go. You have consider yourself outshouted. Oh, Chris in the chat. If I recall correctly, the Thing was a project with Cubics that fell through. Interesting. So it was never released, eh? I missed all that. Okay, so what do we know about the Gan Square? Still nothing. Still nothing. Well, there we are. Because I guess... Oh, Chris says don't quote me on that, though. Sorry, I literally just quoted you on that, so apologies. You kind of quoted yourself, though, because it's in the chat. But, you know, I see what you mean. JK284, you're welcome. Now, we've talked about the Gan 15. We've talked about Kalindu, sort of. We've talked about the Gan Square. I don't think it's worth... How can I tell? Actually, here's a good question, okay? So I had this idea, and I called it the state of cubing question mark. And I wanted to see if I could go and see a curve, like how many competitors have registered for Australian nationals and like US nationals over the years. I haven't really worked out how I would do that. I think I would need like a spreadsheet. I don't know if I want to go into it just now because you'd literally just have to watch me working out how I'm going to do this segment. So I'm going to make the executive call and just say, nah, I'm not going to do it, because what I want to do is I want to get into this fantasy football, but for cubing. And that involves a bit of diving back into some archives and quite a lot of thought and chatting. So I'm welcoming everyone to give me your thoughts on this one. Okay. So imagine this, imagine fantasy football, but for speed cubing. If you don't know what fantasy football is, I'm from the UK, okay, so I'm talking about soccer. But you draft a team of players, you have a certain amount of money you can spend on your players who have been assigned value somehow. You build a roster, and then you battle against your mates for the season to try and get the most points with the people you've played, right? It's cool, it's fun, like it's really... It can be really exciting. It can be really interesting. You can learn a lot about a player's progress. Like, you look at a person's progress in a different way than you would normally, which is very cool and very fun. It's obviously not quite as simple as football because we have so many different nations globally competing. Not everyone has the same opportunity to play, although arguably some players get benched during football seasons and everything like that, you know? So I wanted to go back and look at this because people have tried this before, okay? I found this... Oh, why did you open over there? That was wacky. So I found this post on speedsolving.com, which is a pretty OG, like pre-Discord kind of forum. It still works. It still exists. People still use it. It's actually the first place I was online talking about cubes. It's where I found the New Zealand community. I found Oliver on there, Oliver Jenks, who used to own this store. I bought the store from Oliver. There you go. That's a little fun fact for you there. A little deep New Zealand cut. What I found here is some chat from 2010 which I'm guessing is before some of you were born. But, you know, that's that. It's before I moved to New Zealand in 2012, so another deep cut. November the 7th, 2010 is the first mention I can find of it. This person here, Cyrus C. I would like to try and do something similar to fantasy football with cubing. Something along the lines of each participant drafts 5 active speed cubers into their team. Over the next 3 months or so, results are kept track of and the fastest team wins. Like, pretty simple, right? Then what happened is basically everyone just piled in and went, no, it's not going to work. No, it's going to be hard, right? Everyone just like hit on this idea, just being like, no, dumb. And then they just basically buried the idea, and I feel quite bad for Cyrus. He has ideas. Cyrus, I shouldn't gender them. I don't know who they are. They have ideas about this that I actually resonate a lot with. What I do not want to do, what I do not have time for, is drafting every single week, like some people have suggested, and we'll get to that. But I like the idea of drafting a team and playing it for a season. Hell, we could even frame it around seasons of this podcast, which are like 9 or 10 weeks long, because I run in the school term, right? I'll talk more about that later, actually, as well. So this is where it first started, okay? And then further down the track, let's skip ahead to 2017, everyone. And here we are, December. Well, the post is 2016, December the 26th, on Boxing Day. Someone was bored on Boxing Day in 2016. Fantasy Cubing 2017 is the post. Collode. This is a post from 2016, and I think it's about, let's just read it. I had the idea weeks ago that I wanted to revive fantasy cubing. First of all, we're friends now, okay? Whoever this is, Kalodi. So I did. I've been spending weeks since then playing around with point formulas, learning MySQL, waiting for long queries to finish, analyzing data, writing JavaScript. I don't have time for any of this. I don't have time for any of this noise. I'm just going to put that out there. I'm not doing that. I'll run a spreadsheet. But that's the most I would do for this, okay? I just do not have time for this kind of stuff. If anyone wants to do it at this level, sure. But I ain't got time for that. Okay. So, they've been discussing how fantasy cubing would work with their awesome beta testers, and now I'm happy to announce it to you all. This is so cool, and I love the effort that's gone into this. The system will be much different from the 2024 system. Oh, we've missed a stage. We've missed a beta. Or a meta, I should say. We've missed a meta from 2014. Interesting. But what I wanted to look at is the document, okay? There's a how to play document here. We're going to go through this and have a look and find some of the characters that were involved in this. Before we do, I'm going to catch up with the chat. StuCube, we just need sports betting, but with cubing, so we can find a good reason to go broke. I can't recommend betting. If you're under 18, I absolutely don't recommend it, okay? Cubing in a tree zone, speak solving every day. Wow, I didn't know. Honestly, I didn't know it was being used. The world wasn't ready for this genius in 2020, for real. 17 just subbed. I appreciate that. Hopefully it'll ping up on the screen. Would all-rounders get more points than good at like one event? Well, here's the thing. I have some thoughts around that. What we're going to end up with, right? What we're going to end up with in this segment is I wrote a script for a video that I never made a few months ago. We're going to have a look at that because I've got some ideas for a basic system in there. It's not perfect. It's not finished, but it's a basic system. John Baxter would be tempted to dig into it. We have a coder in the chat back in Scotland. That's a good idea. StuCube, an easier way to do it would be just doing it for a major championship or for one comp. Yeah, that would work. How would it work when some cubers go to more comps than others? Well, I think actually StuCube might have answered that question for you, Curious Nick. Ethereal project with the cube cleaning update. Just pulling cat hair out of there. I hear you. I share your pain. Which screen do I want? I want this one. Okay, we're going to have a look at this document because there's a lot in here. This is very intense. How to play Fantasy Cubing 2017. Look how deep they went, right? They built a full website linked to WCA accounts. I wonder who this person is. Can we find out who this person is? Well, actually, I think we can. So I'm not going to go through this entire document because honestly, it's way too deep. compared to where I want to go. It's too much. I think it's too much, and I think that's why potentially it failed. I think this person succumbed to the pressure from people moaning and groaning about it in forums. I just want a simple system that's easy to play, that I can play, right? And I don't necessarily think this is the perfect system, but I think it's impressive and awesome. So, okay, well, here we go. Here's the person. In the credits down here is now Kaylin. Kaylin, who I'm assuming used to be Caleb. Okay, so Kaylin is the person who's potentially this person. Kaylin is potentially the person who started all this. They certainly look to be a coder, right? Because this is their GitHub profile, and usually people on GitHub, they make cool software. They've been coding since 2010, dabbled in .NET Java. Okay, interesting. So a big coder is behind this. Very interesting. Many thanks to Lucas Garin for the fantasy cubing subdomain on cubing.net. Okay. I don't know what cubing.net is, but that's an overpowered URL for sure. Cubing.net seems to be like a sort of, just like a database of interesting cube stuff. You know what I did notice in here? Rutrow Cubecast podcast. But I'll tell you what, it's not me. And the URL is now gone. So I did have a look around, and there is an old Cubecast podcast, but it died like 8 years ago. So I'm not going to worry too much about that. If we have a look in here, look at the beta testers. There's an interesting name in here. It's old mate Kit Clement. He was on the podcast last week. So that's interesting. Hey, Kit Clement is someone I can potentially talk to about this. He might have some intel as to how this went, because I have no idea. It's from 2017. It also, Felix was one of the testers as well, and Robert Yao. Chris Olsen, I know that name too. He was the filmmaker. He is the filmmaker. He was involved in the Speedcubers. Okay, so there's some big, high-powered testers in here. Very interesting. Now, I should say as well that Fantasy Cubing 2017 at fantasycubing.net, that is no longer there either. So I did try and have a look at the website. It's no longer there. Ethereal Project 3D. She's one of our local delegates. You're meeting Kaylin. Interesting. Are you in touch? Can you put us in touch? I would love to talk to Kaylin about how this went, about what happened. So what I'm telling you so far, what we're looking at so far, generally speaking, is this has happened before. There is precedent for this. People built it. People took part in it. Like I said, it's probably a little bit potentially too in depth. Do you know what I'm talking about when I'm saying, like, I want it to be accessible for people? Ethereal Project's going to reach out. Amazing. Send Kaylin this video when I do the clip, because it would be amazing to talk to Kaylin next term. Maybe we can next season. Maybe we can get this up and running. How cool would that be? That would be so exciting. What was I talking about? Yeah, the reason I want it to be easy. I don't want it to be too difficult. I want it to be easy for everyone involved. I want it to be easy for the people playing. I want it to be easy for everyone taking part in it, the people administrating it, because it's all going to be volunteers, you know. But wouldn't that be something cool that we could get going? Oh gosh, maybe that's something I could collaborate with Speedcube Shop on. Hey. No, I'm not going to run an ad again. I've already done it twice. That's just not a good enough segue. StuCube, it would get confusing unless it's kept to like one event at a time. That's a good segue into my little idea that I had. So I created a script for this video that I never recorded, and let's just read that script now, okay? So I'll put this on. Oh, I've got it in a separate window. That's great. Okay, so I wrote this script, okay, and I'm just going to take you through it. I wrote a little script for a video. Can you see the top of that? No, you can't. Here we go. There we go. What if there was a fantasy sports league, but for speed cubing? Huh? Let's take a look. Okay, this is literally a script that I wrote to read verbatim, and I'm just gonna like read it to you now. Okay, let's imagine there's a comp coming up in your region, and you and your mates are gonna make a little fantasy cubing teams to battle against each other behind the scenes. People have done it with major sports for years, and it's a lot of fun. Let me explain what it might look like. So this is my imagination of what this might be, okay? First, you have to pick some players for your team. Let's just say 5 for now. Start with a 3x3 specialist. Who's going to get gold on the weekend? Maybe pick them. Then you want an all-rounder, someone who sneaks onto every podium regardless and racks up all those medals. And for the last 3, you can decide with your mates which events to focus on. For example, I live in New Zealand and we're the best at clock. Soz about it. And for this comp that I was going to look at for this example, which has passed now. But in this competition, there's also Megaminx and 2x2. So what I think I'm suggesting here is essentially a formula, a format that can be applied by anyone to any competition, right? Does that make sense? Like, well, I'm just going to catch up with the chat. StuCube suggesting looks like we won't be seeing Fantasy Clock. How dare you? We've already had Clock League. I've already suggested to Kit Clement and James that they should do FTO League. I would love to see that. Get Diansheng to sponsor that. Duh, that's easy. JK Clock's my main event. Well, you'll be there. Well, here everyone would pick Max Saw. What, for an all-rounder? Potentially. But then there has to be costs. This is what I haven't taken into account. You have to spend a budget on people. Like Max Shaw, for example, if he's a big all-rounder, he would have to be expensive. You'd have to spend a lot of points on him. Do you see what I mean? Or a lot of your budget on him for your team to draft him. There has to be a consequence to drafting someone who's amazing, is what I'm saying. Let's move on anyway. You have to pick 5 separate people, no double ups, and you can be as creative as you like with how you and your friends draft players for your team. So what I'm proposing here is not a final system. I'm just suggesting for an idea that you can just go and do it how you like. Okay, so here's me just being a goofball. So hey, look, there's a comp coming up in New Zealand, and here's my little team I made. Let's go. So here's my team I put together, my imaginary team for this competition that had already happened. For 3x3, I've chosen Andrew Feng. For Clock, I've got Edwin. For Megaminx, I've got Alex Vuzic, obviously. For 2x2, I've got Yuki Gao. And for an all-rounder for this competition, I chose Brandon Harris. Okay, this is just like an example. StuCube, what about just doing a draft? What do you mean by that? Do you mean like doing a random draw? Cubing in a tree, Stanley Chapel, going to be expensive for real? Well, yeah, so in this example, right? Andrew Fang for 3x3. He's got to be expensive because is he current NR holder? Now I always mess this up. No, he's not because he's actually he's USA, so I can't use Andrew. What am I doing? But you know what I mean? Like, I think it would have to be for people who are competing at a competition. People are asking me questions. Would it be regional? I don't know is the answer. I don't know. I'm trying to work this out as I go along. And this is half of the fun of it. But like, this is my idea, was you pick specialists, 1, 2, 3, 4 specialists, and 1 all-rounder, okay? Yeah, okay, so there we go. And you'd have to agree which events you were focusing on before you can pick your specialist, eh? So now I'm going to go into imagining how we might score points, okay? So we're not getting into times. Times, I don't think, is a good way to do this competition, to do this system. I think a better way of doing it would be to do it based on podiums, right? So or medals. So I'm just speculating here, but let's just say the event specialists get 5 points for a gold, 4 points for a silver, 3 points for a bronze. For example, this is untested and just the musings of a moron. caught on in a document, okay? And let's say your all-rounder gets 3 points for every gold, 2 for every silver, and 1 for a bronze. And they'll add up. So pick right, and your all-rounder could be super important to your team's overall score, right? Your all-rounder could score mega points if they're getting lots of podiums. Oh, and I'm out of control. Look. Oh, and let's have bonus points. 2 points for a PR, 5 points for an NR, and 10 points for an OCR, and 20 points for a world record. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. That's probably too many points, and that might kill the game. That's kind of like golden snitch sort of points, which negates the rest of the game, kind of. That's what I'm looking at. In the chat, Stu talking about the draft here. So you'd get the first pick of the round and the last pick of the round. Oh, so like drafting cards in a game. You just take it in turns to pick your players, and once they're gone, they're gone. That's a good idea. That's a really good idea, because then we avoid all that just pain around working out a pricing system for everyone. If we just do an OG draft, like we're playing, like we're drafting Magic the Gathering, right? No, is that how that worked? I can't remember. I've not done a draft for Magic in ages. But anyway, you just take it in turns, and once a player's gone, they're gone. Maybe it's just like rock, paper, scissors to decide the order, and then you start picking people. I don't hate that idea. I don't hate that idea at all. But we can't have just everyone having the same hammer in the team. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's not going to work. Okay, so StuCube, that's how we do fantasy sports in the US. Okay, great. If there's a system already for it, let's just use that. Okay, so then I went into, and I looked at this one event, and we did some stuff for it. So the event has happened. Let's see how my team scored at the event. And I was supposed to make a spreadsheet for it. I didn't, okay? 3x3, Andrew Fang got the gold. That's 5 points. Let's go. Clock, Edwin Shen. Oof, what happened? 3 points because Brandon popped off at that event. So I got 5 points for Andrew Fang, got 3 points for Clock. Mega, Alex, 5 points, an easy win. He was always going to get the gold. 2x2, Yuki, 5 points plus 2 points for the PR average. Nice. And I picked Brandon as my all-rounder. He got... Oh, I haven't finished doing the points for this. Whoops. Wait, have I? Oh, yeah, Clock. Brandon in Clock got 3 plus 2 plus 2 because he got the gold medal, and that's an all-rounder score for a gold medal was 3 points. Plus he got PR single and PR average, so I got a plus 2 plus 2. And he got 2 points for, I think, a PR single in Megaminx, or for a silver. I can't remember. Anyway, my total I got for this little exercise was 29 points. Marvelous. And what I've said down here is this is just an example. The point system might be broken. I haven't tested it against other people yet, but these are the basics. Why not try it with your mates? Why not come up with your own rules and tell me in the comments why they're the best? This is not an original idea. It existed back in the day, but I had a look on the forums, and mostly it's just a bunch of sports dads arguing about the rules and not actually doing anything. And I don't have time for that. Look at that. I had an attitude back when I wrote this, and I've still got an attitude now. Obviously, there's so much more you could do with this around the point scoring, whether you pick a team for a season or just one comp, whether you have budgets you can spend on signing a team, all that noise. Try not to get too bogged down in all that stuff and just give it a try, was my advice. If you set up a league team, then let me know. And hey, maybe invite me in. I'd love to see how you run yours. And I genuinely would. If anyone has got one, or if anyone gets one up and running, I'm so down to play. I don't know if I have the time or the patience or the intelligence to actually build one of these systems, right? I certainly don't have the time. I know that. I can't do this. And that's why I love the effort that has gone into these systems already. And I really appreciate what everyone's done in the past. So let's have a look at the chat right now. Ethereal project, points for consistency would be a good idea. StuCube, Here comes Sports Dad StewCube. I think a problem with podiums is there are people like Luke Garrett who go to a ton of comps and will easily podium, if not win, every event. That's something you've got to take into account in your draft. You know what I mean? It's just like, well, if you don't get Luke, then maybe you don't. Maybe Luke gets the flu the day before a comp. Maybe he fall. No, I shouldn't say that. Maybe he doesn't perform. Maybe he just has an off day. I see what you're saying, Stu. I don't think it's a barrier necessarily to using the podium system. Ethereal Project is kind of vibing on that as well. That way, it's not just the 3 people that podium every comp that gets you points. So some rando that averages 15 seconds can get you points for having the most consistent times. I mean, yeah, I hear what you're saying, Ethereal Project. I do hear what you're saying. I'm not as big of a maths fiend as that. Like, I just want a simple system that I can play and have fun with. Cube Journey, there should be rounds based on how much you average, but realistically it probably won't work. Do you guys remember? I don't know if you remember. Look back in my channel for videos called Game of Cubes, when I invented a system that allowed anyone to battle anyone in a Game of Cubes race. So it's like Game of Skate, like you get letters depending on how you do, and it was all based on the percentage improvement based on your WCA score. Go back and watch that video on my channel. I might bring that back in the future, you know, like it hasn't completely died. And now that I've actually got people watching my videos, I think now might be the time to bring back Game of Cubes. Derek, welcome along. What are we talking about is the idea of fantasy speedcubing, whether we can bring it back and just make it easy and actually usable. Cubing a tree. I might set one up for Worlds 25. Heck yeah, do it. Set one up for Aussie Nats is coming up. I don't know if we'll get one done in time for Oz Nats, but we could, you know, I wonder if it's possible we could sort out a beta. Listen, if you want to get involved in this, join my Discord, okay? Join my Discord and we can talk about it in there. Maybe I'll set up a little channel in my Discord. It's in links in the description. Also, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. I'm trying to get to 3,500, okay? That would make me happy. But anyway, join the Discord, I reckon. I think we should continue this conversation in my Discord, everyone. Curious Nick, the person who gets to pick first would have a big advantage depending on the comp. Absolutely, and that's why that system works better for going comp by comp. Like, you would have to do a different team for each comp. Not Me Cubes, maybe if you weren't allowed to choose the top 5 in the category, it would be a lot closer. That would stop the Luke Garrett effect, and people below the top 5 that go to a comp are usually way closer in terms of average. Yeah, I guess. Perfect Chicken. Maybe you could just do the ranks and the lowest total ranks wins. I don't understand, but thank you. Maybe someone else does. Curious Nick, Game of Cube system is a lot of fun. If you haven't checked it out, go back and have a look. Yo, John Baxter, my man. Thank you so much with the £5 super chat. Cubecast for the win. Looking forward to season 2. Appreciate it, brother. Thank you so much for hanging out. Dino Cuber, I know it would probably be more complicated, but as an overall cubing season starts and ends every time national comps come around. True. There is like that. We could do a season version, right? There could be a season version. Worlds 25 is in Seattle. That'll be fun. Hey, did you know, everyone? If you're not completely up on super chats, you can like super chat. So you can go ahead and like John Baxter's super chat. John's my homie from uni back in Scotland. StewCube, even just like a Euros one where there's 3x3 and there's a draft, lowest score when adding together all averages over the 4 rounds wins. Gosh dang, I think jump into my Discord, everyone. Jump into my Discord if you're watching this live, or if you're in the if you're watching the VOD, if you're watching this after the fact. Jump into my Discord. I'm going to set up a channel in my Discord so that we can talk about fantasy cubing, because I just want a system that's easy, that anyone can use, that we can just do our own little teams. Like, we have a little team of 8 people or whatever. It doesn't matter how many. It's not one system to rule them all. It's just a system that anyone can use with any of their mates for any comp. And it's just a closed system. And people can just make their own variations of it as well. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? I think that's the end of my cool story, everyone. Cubing in a tree. You need to get Discord. That's what all the kids are doing. All right. I wish I hadn't said that. But yeah, that's where it's happening. Get on Discord and then we can talk about it. We need to do one final set of ads. Let's go. Speedcubeshop.com. Use code Cubecast to save 5% off your total order. Go to cubing.life to save and use Cubecast. Use code Cubecast to save 5% on any of their amazing courses, and go watch their live streams and subscribe to all their stuff as well. And of course, Cubecast is brought to you by All My Noise, speedcube.co.nz, New Zealand and Australia's favourite Speedcube store, I've decided. That's the exclusive distributor of Cube Sauce because nobody else will sell it. That's my lubes Cube Sauce. We've got 50k. We've got a 50k coming. We're about to start testing on my my version of 50k, which I'm going to call 50k. Okay. Lastlayercubing.com. Go there and buy some merch. Do you like merch? Do you like mugs? Go there and buy a Cubecast mug. Go there and buy one of my cool t-shirts. All right, that's enough of that, everyone. That's enough because I do actually want to sign. Oh no, stop. I do want to sign off with some actual information. Any news on Gan 4x4 V2? We did a video about that. Whoa, Ethereal Project 3D. Absolutely, you can have a shout out. 1 away from 4K subscribers. Incredible. Go and subscribe. Am I subscribed? Let's do it live. Can I be the hold on a minute. Can I be the 4,000th? What's your name? Ethereal Project 3D. Let's go. Ethereal Project 3D. Am I going to do it? Am I going to be the person? Subscribe. Is that it? Is that 4,000? 4K! Let's go! Oh, someone just subscribed to my channel as well. Marvelous. Thank you so much. I missed whoever that was. My subscriber goal is not working. That's probably because people like to unsubscribe and mess with that system. So, you know, whatever. Hey, I could maybe learn something from you, Ethereal Project 3D, being in the 3D printing game myself, but just an enthusiastic amateur. Well done. Go and subscribe. Go and bump Ethereal Project 3D right now, so that they can go over 4K, because jerks are gonna unsubscribe from their channel just to mess with their numbers, because I know how this how this platform works. I know what you're like, everyone. Okay, I wanted to go over some stuff. I wanted to go over. Oh no, I've lost my notes now because I was in my fantasy thing. Where's my notes? So listen, this is the last episode of this season. It's been an absolute ride, everyone. Thank you so much for everyone who has joined in on the live streams. Thank you so much to everyone who has watched a video, who has shared a video, who has liked, who has commented, who has played the first Thrash game, all that kind of stuff. I really, really, truly appreciate it. It's so fun to be making something that people actually want to watch. That's because that's all we want to do as people on YouTube, right? We just want to make stuff that people actually want to watch. That's all we want. So go and have a couple of weeks off, I guess, from my noise. I mean, there'll be clips coming out from today, but it's the school holidays next week for 2 weeks, which means that I'm going to be away. Here's some things. Yes, season 2. There will be a season 2, and it will start on July 24th or 25th, depending on which time zone you're in. There will be season 2. It'll be 10 weeks long. And it'll be just more of this, really, with our fabulous sponsors, with some fabulous guests here and there, and just some noise. I wonder what we'll be talking about when we come back. Like, we'll be talking about the Gan 4x4 again. We did talk about that a few weeks back. We'll hopefully have some more noise about that. Maybe there'll be some more noise about the Square One. If there is anything that happens that I absolutely have to talk about, I will probably make a little video. I'll just sit here and talk to the camera. As well as that, do you know what I want? Do you know what I want to do more than anything in the world? I want to stream video games, everyone. I have done it. I've experimented with it. And I really want to do it. So I need to work out how I can fit that into my life. I might use Boomer Cuber, my second channel, for it. The trouble is I only like exclusively R18 games. I play Rockstar games. I've got the first one I would do is the on the Xbox 360. I would play Red Dead Redemption Undead Nightmare, the zombie version of Red Dead Redemption. I'm currently playing through the old Red Dead Redemption now, and I've completed Red Dead Redemption 2, obviously. I love those games. And also my favorite game series in the world is Resident Evil. I love Resident Evil. I have a Resident Evil tattoo. That is how deep into Resident Evil I am. I love those games so much. So I want to do that, I think. But I need to do that because it's all R18. I need to do it all over on my second channel. I think I need to maybe change my second channel into a gaming channel, perhaps. But that's what I really want to do. I might experiment with that in the holidays. I might not. I might do some solving streams, just do some practice. I don't know. I don't really know. Don't expect anything from me in the holidays other than just I'll be there. I'll be around. But I'm not making any huge plans. I'm not making any huge promises. I'm just going to see how I go, and I'm just going to treat myself to a little break. And I think that's everything that I have to say today. It's 10:46. And I should probably go. Thank you to everyone who's subscribed today. Thank you to everyone who's subscribed to Ethereal Project 3D. I can see they've just crept into the Discord, so that's good. We will set up a little channel in there to talk about fantasy cubing. I'll put it in there. I'll dump my old script in there if people want to look at it as well. Right. Thank you so much to John for the super chat as well. You are an absolute legend. You absolutely didn't need to. I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Okay. Yeah, that's it. I've run out of things to say. My coffee's gone cold. So I'm going to go. Goodbye, everyone. Maybe in season 2, I'll make an outro because I still don't have one. So I just end up doing this really awkward goodbye where I go, bye.